So the leaders finished dividing the land and giving it to the different tribes. After they finished, all the Israelites decided to give Joshua, son of Nun, some land too. This was land that was promised to him. The Lord had commanded that he get this land, so they gave Joshua the town of Timnath-Serah in the hill country of Ephraim. This was the town that Joshua told them he wanted, so he built the town stronger and lived there. All these lands were given to the different tribes of Israel. Eleazar the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and the leaders of each tribe met together at Shiloh to divide the land. They met before the Lord at the entrance of the meeting tent, so they finished dividing the land. Then the Lord said to Joshua, "Through Moses, I told you to choose some cities to be cities of safety. Anyone who kills someone accidentally can go to a city of safety to hide from the relatives who want to kill them. If you accidentally kill someone and you run away to one of those cities, you must stop at the entrance of the city and tell the leaders of the people what happened. Then the leaders can allow you to enter the city. They will give you a place to live among them. If someone chases you and follows you to that city, the leaders of the city must not give you up. They must protect you because you came to them for safety after killing someone by accident. You were not angry and did not plan to kill the person. It was something that just happened. You should stay in that city until the court has judged you and until the high priest dies. Then you may go back to your own hometown." So the Israelites chose some cities to be called cities of safety. These are the cities: Kadesh in Galilee in the hill country of Naphtali, Shechem in the hill country of Ephraim, Kiriath Arba or Hebron in the hill country of Judah, Bezer east of the Jordan River across from Jericho, in the desert area in the land of Reuben, Ramoth in Gilead in the land of Gad, and Golan in Bashan in the land of Manasseh. All Israelites or any foreigner living among them who killed someone by accident were allowed to run away to one of those cities of safety. They could be safe there and not be killed by anyone chasing them. The court in that city would judge them. The family rulers of the Levites tribe went to talk to Eleazar the priest, to Joshua son of Nun, and to the rulers of the other tribes of Israel. At Shiloh in the land of Canaan, the Levite rulers said to them, "The Lord gave Moses a command. He commanded that you give us towns to live in and that you give us fields where our animals can eat." So the Israelites obeyed this command from the Lord and gave the Levites these towns and the land around them for their animals. The Kohath family groups were descendants of Aaron, the priest, from the tribe of Levi. Part of the Kohath family was given 13 towns in the areas that belonged to Judah, Simeon, and Benjamin. The other Kohath families were given 10 towns in the areas that belonged to Ephraim, Dan, and half of Manasseh. The people from the Gershon family were given 13 towns. These towns were in areas that belonged to Issachar, Asher, Naphtali, and the half of Manasseh that was in Bashan. The people from the Merari family were given 12 towns. These towns came from the areas that belonged to Reuben, Gad, and Zebulun. So the Israelites gave the Levites these towns and the fields around them, just as the Lord had told Moses. These are the names of the towns that were in the areas that belonged to Judah and Simeon. The first choice of towns was given to the Levites from the Kohath family group. They gave them Kiriath Arba. This is Hebron. It was named for a man named Arba. Arba was the father of Anak. They also gave them some land near the town for their animals. But the fields and the small towns around the city of Kiriath Arba belonged to Caleb, son of Jephunneh. So they gave the city of Hebron to Aaron's descendants. Hebron was a city of safety. They also gave Aaron's descendants the town of Libnah, Jatir, Eshtemoa, Holon, Debir, Ain, Judah, and Beth Shemesh. They also gave them some land near these towns for their animals. These two tribes gave them 9 towns. They also gave Aaron's descendants cities that belonged to the tribe of Benjamin. These cities were Gibeon, Geba, Anathoth, and Almon. They gave them these 4 towns and some of the land near the towns for their animals. In all, they gave 13 towns to the priests. All priests were descendants of Aaron. They also gave them some land near each town for their animals. The other people from the Kohathite family groups were given towns that were in the areas that belonged to the tribe of Ephraim. They got these towns: the city of Shechem from the hill country of Ephraim, which was a city of safety, Gezer, Kibzaim, and Beth Horon. In all, Ephraim gave them 4 towns and some land around each town for their animals. The tribe of Dan gave them Eltekeh, Gibbethon, Ajalon, and Gath-Rimmon. In all, Dan gave them 4 towns and some land around each town for their animals. Half the tribe of Manasseh gave them Tanakh and Gath-Rimmon. In all, this half of Manasseh gave them 2 towns and some land around each town for their animals. In all, the rest of the people from the Kohath family groups got 10 towns and some land around each town for their animals. The Gershon family groups were also from the tribe of Levi. They got these towns. Half the tribe of Manasseh gave them Golan and Bashan. Golan was a city of safety. Manasseh also gave them Beeshterah. In all, this half of Manasseh gave them 2 towns and some land around each town for their animals. The tribe of Issachar gave them Kishion, Deberath, Jarmuth, and En-Gannim. In all, Issachar gave them 4 towns and some land around each town for their animals. The tribe of Asher gave them Mishal, Abdon, Helkath, and Rehob. In all, Asher gave them 4 towns and some land around each town for their animals. The tribe of Naphtali gave them Kadesh and Galilee. Kadesh was a city of safety. Naphtali also gave them Hamath-dor and Kartan. In all, Naphtali gave them 3 towns and some land around each town for their animals. In all, the Gershon family groups got 13 towns and some land around each town for their animals. The other Levite group was the Merari family group. They were given these towns. The tribe of Zebulun gave them Jokneam, Karda, Dimnah, and Nahalal. In all, Zebulun gave them 4 towns and some land around each town for their animals. The tribe of Reuben gave them Bezer, Jahaz, Kedemoth, and Mephath. In all, Reuben gave them 4 towns and some land around each town for their animals. The tribe of Gad gave them Ramoth and Gilead. Ramoth was a city of safety. They also gave them Mahanaim, Heshbon, and Jazer. In all, Gad gave them 4 towns and some land around each town for their animals. In all, the last family of Levites, the Merari family, got 12 towns. So the Levites were given a total of 48 towns, some land around each town for their animals. All these towns were in areas that belonged to other tribes. Each of these towns had some land in it for their animals. That was true for every town. So the Lord kept the promise that He had made to the Israelites and gave the people all the land that He had promised. The people took the land and lived there. And the Lord allowed them to have peace on all sides of their land, just as He had promised their ancestors. None of their enemies defeated them. The Lord allowed the Israelites to defeat every enemy. The Lord kept every promise that He made to the Israelites. There were no promises that He failed to keep. Every promise came true. These are the places where Aaron's descendants lived. They lived in their camps in the land that was given to them. The Kohath families got the first share of the land that was given to the Levites. They were given the town of Hebron and the fields around it. This was in the area of Judah. But the fields further from the town and villages near the town of Hebron were given to Caleb, son of Jephunneh. The descendants of Aaron were given the city of Hebron. Hebron was a city of safety. They were also given the cities of Libnah, Jatir, Eshtemoa, Hilen, Deber, Ashan, Judah, and Beth Shemesh. They got all the cities and the fields around them. From the tribe of Benjamin they got the cities of Gibeon, Geba, Alameth, and Anathoth. They got all the cities and the fields around them. 13 cities were given to the Kohath families. The rest of Kohath's descendants got 10 towns from half the tribe of Manasseh. The tribes that were the descendants of Gershom got 13 cities. They got the cities from the tribes of Issachar, Asher, Naphtali, and the part of Manasseh living in the area of Bashan. The tribes that were the descendants of Merari got 12 cities. They got the cities from the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and Zebulun. They got them by throwing lots. So the Israelites gave these towns and fields to the Levites. All these cities came from the tribes of Judah, Simeon, and Benjamin. They decided which Levite family got which city by throwing lots. The tribe of Ephraim gave some of the Kohath families some towns. Those towns were chosen by throwing lots. They were given the city of Shechem. Shechem is a city of safety. They were also given the towns of Gezer, Jokmeam, Beth-horon, Ajalon, and Gath-Rimmon. They also got fields with those towns. Those towns were in the hill country of Ephraim. And from the half-tribe of Manasseh, the Israelites gave the towns of Aner and Bileam to the Kohath families. The Kohath families also got fields with those towns. The Gershon families got the towns of Golan in the area of Bashan and Ashtaroth from the half-tribe of Manasseh. They also got the fields near those towns. The Gershon families also got the towns of Kadesh, Daberath, Ramoth, and Ginnam from the tribe of Issachar. They also got the fields near those towns. The Gershon families also got the towns of Mashal, Abdon, Hukok, and Rehob from the tribe of Asher. They also got the fields near those towns. The Gershon families also got the towns of Kadesh in Galilee, Hammon, and Kiriathaim from the tribe of Naphtali. They also got the fields near those towns. The rest of the Levites from the Merari families got the towns of Jokneam, Karta, Romano, and Tabor from the tribe of Zebulun. They also got the fields near those towns. The Merari families also got the towns of Bezer in the desert, of Jazah, Kedemoth, and Mephath from the tribe of Reuben. The tribe of Reuben lived on the east side of the Jordan River, east of the city of Jericho. These Merari families also got the fields near those towns. And the Merari families got the towns of Ramoth in Gilead, Mahanaim, Heshbon, and Jazer from the tribe of Gad. They also got the fields near those towns.